What is up, everyone? Welcome back. This is a new setting for us. We're no longer on Zwift. We are in the outdoor season. I'll probably post a couple more Zwift races, but we are in the thick of it now. It is 43, actually, it might have started at 33 degrees for this race. We are in Bloomington, Indiana for the Candy Stripe Classic. It is the first time that it's open to everyone. Last year it was just a college race. Now it's sort of a mix. There were 60 college participants in this race and 15 4 or 5 category racers. I myself, obviously being the first race, am a category 5 and at the very bottom of it. So I'm going to put the topography map on the screen. Check out, there's 2 climbs. Actually, looking at the topography and the elevation, it doesn't look like much just from a little green line. But I'm telling you, these hills were a menace. And not only that, but they were definitely eye-opening to me to see what I need to be doing, because I did not manage the hills very well at all. You'll see here. Let's go ahead and skip around to some action, give you something to look at, some places where I miserably mess up, and some good things I did. So we're 2.9 miles into the race 3 now, and this is the first instance where I get to see what an actual race is about. We are heading downhill. I'm picking up a good amount of speed, and me being heavier, I cruise through the descents. But this is not a Zwift race. I can't just go through everybody. So I pull out to the right to try to pass some people here, but then I'm just stuck. And it's going to be a consistent issue in the beginning until we hit the first hill. The double yellow line rule applies here. We can't cross over because this is an open road. There's a field marshal at the beginning and at the end, but we are not allowed to go past that yellow line. I would if I could. It's just not happening. We're coming up to the first hill here, and this is where we separate the men from the boys. I am definitely the latter in that analogy. But we are heading up the hill, and you can slowly see me falling off the back with just a limited group of people. This is the beginning of the end, and as you continue up the hill, you can just see them go off and off further into the distance. And by the top of the hill, you can see the sizable gap created right here. It is probably a good 500 feet, and I think this is the last time I see the main group. The second we get past, the follow car to the left, just now past me, accelerates and crushes us. And again, I've never seen that car again either. 1.2 miles later, and we finally get to the only beneficial part of an elevation, and that is the descent, where my large ass can actually catch up some ground. So I don't do a very good job of shooting this because the GoPro is facing sort of down, and I'm gonna have to fix that in the races that are after this one. But I hit 41 miles per hour going down this hill, and I didn't even go into the drops. I didn't even think about it. I fixed that in the next downhill. The guy on my right, James, he takes a pull from here, and he sort of bridges us up to the next group of people, and then we start a little chain gang, and that's when the fun of cycling actually comes into play.
Good work. Yeah.
I give James some kudos here, and then I'm thinking to myself, what should we do with this group? Should I sit behind and sort of relax, or should I try to push around? I couldn't tell if they were going too fast or too slow. The other thing you can see on the bottom right, the map there is a small elevation change that I do not take into account. So I asked James if he wants to go around with me and I would take a pull. We decided to do that, and it was hindsight's 2020, but I think it was the wrong decision, because right as we come up, using some extra energy to get around this group, we hit that tiny hill, and that really sets me back. And this hill hits like a brick wall, going up to 15% grade. This is not the smartest move. If I could go back, I'd definitely change what I did here. I eventually get up the hill, but I am gassed afterwards. You can see my heart rate's up at 187. That is too high to be maintaining anything. Skipping at just over 3 miles, and just before our final climb for the lap, something that I learned here from the 8.9 mile mark, I decided to pull for 3 minutes without rotating. That set me up for failure coming into this hill. So I need to be more wary about how long I'm pulling and making sure I'm rotating. Just because I feel strong at the moment doesn't mean I am setting myself up for any success coming up.
Hey. I gotcha.
We're at the base of the hill, and my heart rate's already at 177. Nothing good can come from this.
Here we go.
I give myself some words of encouragement and then do probably the stupidest thing you can ever do for a 1.4 mile long climb. Stand up out of the saddle and try to sprint the 14, 15, well, it looks like it's up to 22% grade. I absolutely kill myself on this first little spurt, and I do not help myself out going on up. I'll just let you guys watch this disappointment. It's about as bad as it can get for a climb.
Fuck, my bad.
Yep, I get off the bike. I start walking because I screwed myself over. It was so demoralizing to do this, but I could not keep going on the bike, so I walk up a little bit, and then I try to grasp my bearings and continue to go because it's a long hill.
Keep going.
Come on. You
Good
got
job.
it.
I'm too heavy.
Me too. You guys go on that bike.
After I got politely harassed by the group going by that I needed to keep going, I realized that I was being a big baby and I should try to get on. And that's when I put my pedal in and I start to fall over. It can't get more novice than this.
On the
I finally realized that I shouldn't be trying to go straight up the hill, and I should go sideways to lower the grade a little bit. And then I get there, I keep going. And as much as I wish that was the end, we are only one lap in. We still have to do that a whole nother time. I have no idea if I'm going to make it at this point. Luckily, there's a brief intermission where I get to go downhill or level. It's nice and relaxing for the next climb. The second lap, the first climb actually goes a lot better than the first lap. I think I was prepared for it. I actually end up catching to one of the other racers. His name's Henry. He's out of Wisconsin, University of Wisconsin. So that felt good. And then we ride most of the way back to the finish line together. Henry and I managed to catch up to two more people to add to our group to hopefully make things easier. So we pull up on them. I go ahead and I take a pull, and then we work together for I think the next couple of minutes.
You want to sit? I'll go.
Alright.
We get through the descent, and then we have a nice efficient rotation going for the next mile or two until we hit a pretty big hill, the 14% grade.
Yeah, I don't do hills well.
Yeah. How many guys do you think are in front of us?
Huh?
Like 20 guys in front?
Oh, in front of us?
Yeah.
50.
Really?
There were 75 people in the race.
Holy fuck.
You guys need space to go?
What?
Do you need space to go? Thanks.
Not these hills.
For real. I walked the last lap, the last one. I couldn't get up it.
I suck.
Yeah.
Just like right at that weight when you don't want to do. My buddy, he's up there. He's like 145.
Yeah.
It's almost a downhill coming. I should be trying to catch some guys. White guy. Yeah.
After the hill, we all go back to rotating with each other pretty smoothly. And then we hit a small climb where I decided to push a little harder than the rest of the group we had there. I put up a sprint to get up the hill just so I had enough power to not work aerobically. And I think I leave them behind just a little bit, and I ease up until they can catch so we can continue our efficient movements. We're finally coming up to the last hill, and I have to slow down and tell him I can't pull here. I'll just have no energy left, so I let him go
I
ahead.
have to conserve energy. I can't pull. Because I'm not going to make up the hill.
Yeah, I'll probably be hanging with you, honestly.
Yeah. I'm going to slow down a little bit. Just so I have energy.
I decided I'm not going to make the mistake I made last time by trying to power through the early portion, so I slowed down. Henry says I can jump in his draft, but I'm not willing to keep up with him. So I let them go ahead, and I pray for the best.
Here we go. Fuck, man.
We were slowly chipping away at the hill, making our way up. About a mile left, my GoPro dies, and then 0.2 miles after that, my chain pops off, so I have to get off. I thought I could manage the whole climb, but chain pops off, have to put it back on, and I slowly but surely crawl my way across the finish line. So there's a lot that I learned from this race. People are fast. I'm slow, and I really need to work on a couple things. Shifting, timing my shifts so that my chain doesn't fall off, especially going up the hills, and making sure I pace correctly is also another big thing. Trying to go too hard too early, it ends up screwing you in the long run. And then also rotating off of the groups and not pulling for longer than you have to. But thank you for watching. I hope this encouraged you to get out, try a race even if you don't expect to win. It is a lot of fun, a lot of enjoyment, and I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully a better result. Speaking of results, oof.